Grooms keep wrecking their weddings by RayLikeSunshine. Interesting. Interesting. We're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at that. Let's see if grooms do actually wreck. Are they really? Is there really that many grooms that wreck their weddings? Interesting. Anyways, let's see.
Do you, Anna, take John to be your lawfully wedded husband? I do. And do you, John, take Anna to be your lawfully wedded wife? I'm just gonna put you down as a maybe. I'm sick. But the grind don't stop. Well,
I can tell. And the grind does not stop. Also, you know what this reminds me of? The woman that had a Chris Brown in her wedding vows. Remember that? The woman that had Chris Brown in her wedding vows? That's what this reminded me of.
Welcome back to the light side of the internet. It's the weekend of Valentine's, and all through the house, every groom was caught lacking and fucked up their vows. Yes, today we're talking about men who can't stop ruining their weddings. The worst grooms of TikTok. TikTok's worst groomzillas. One of those is probably going to be the title. I haven't decided yet. I'm really just spitballing here. This is a topic that already has been covered by tons of channels, but this is RayLikeSunshine, not Ray literally makes videos at the speed of light. Like sunshine. So while terrible grooms are not new to the internet discourse, this one TikTok that went viral back in December has really started to shine a new spotlight on the subject.
I always thought it'd be difficult.
You want a genuinely terrible groom? You want one? I'll show you one. I'll tell you one. Eddie Gluskin. You want Eddie Gluskin as a groom? Anyways.
To find someone who would love me when I was in a million pieces. It's like trying to solve a puzzle when you don't know if you have all the right pieces.
I promise to smack that ass every chance I get. That's all I got.
So usually in my videos, this is where I put a completely outrageous and unrealistic skit in to kind of just show the sheer absurdity of the moment and just how bad. So she prepared like a whole speech and he's just like, I tapped that ass. I see no problem with it. This is a classic man moment. This is a man moment. You have a somewhat similar voice to this video. Interesting. I am not him. Careful. It is. But this time I'm genuinely not even sure that I can make a skit that's worse than this. So here's a skit with a serial killer and someone who just clubs baby seals for a living. Oh my god, that is so bad, so bad. So most of you have probably seen this clip by now, but what you probably haven't seen is the full video, which is actually on YouTube and is 5 minutes long of this poor videographer trying to cobble together something cute out of this fever dream of a wedding, which, to be fair, is still a wedding. So these two are probably doing a lot better than most of us out here fighting in the trenches of Hinge, God forbid Tinder. The title of the video is Caitlyn plus Cody double dash, quote unquote.
I mean, to be fair, yes, they are doing better than the guys and gals on dating apps. You're cooked. Might as well give it up. Throw in the towel. It's over.
Wing it. I too want a partner that treats this day of celebration and dedication of our devotion to each other the same way I would treat a Phil 105 midterm. That was a joke. I need at least the dedication of a Phil 105 final, which I also failed.
I'm Cody's ex from high school.
Huh?
Yes, you may think that's weird, but it's probably more helpful than weird.
The job of a videographer.
Why did you bring... You think at this point, I don't think it's just a groom problem. The entire wedding is weird. Why do you bring up that he is your ex from high school? Why would you say that at somebody else's wedding? Why would you do that? That's just as weird. What?
And a video editor is to take the footage that you have and make it the best possible video that you can. So the fact that the editor had to start
with the high school ex's speech tells you all you need to know.
Why? Just why? This is on the level of the woman. This is exactly on the level of the woman, right? Of the woman that had Chris Brown in her wedding vows. No.
About the rest of the video.
Anywho, Cody,
I promise to smack that ass every chance I get.
this is either going to be the most beautiful couple ever, or we're all going out in the same bolt of lightning. Either way, Cody, please proceed.
She's the brains of the operation, so.
Okay.
Well,
So let's try that again.
back here.
Maybe say something. Maybe say words. You say words now.
Love you. Promise.
What the fuck? Bro is so weird. He is he's just
I'm not gonna listen to you.
Throughout this video, it's almost like so obvious that this guy just absolutely got obliterated at the wedding pregame. I feel so bad for this poor editor who had to make this wedding video. Please don't pick up. Please don't pick up. Please, I'm begging you. Please don't pick up. Hi. So I'm just calling in to check in if you really wanted your husband's vows in the video. You do? Okay. Even the officiant, who I'm assuming was this guy's friend, was asking the groom if he was absolutely sure that this was the vow that he wanted to stick with. Multiple times.
Is that it? Are you sure?
I didn't write nothing down.
That's what you're going out with?
That's what I'm going with.
Cool.
Bro, if my wedding turns out this retarded, just shoot me, bro. Just shoot me. Just shoot me. I like if like my kids come up to me and are like and my wedding was like this, and I'd be like, the kids would be like, can I see yours and mom's wedding video? And I'm like, no, wedding video? There is no wedding video. There's never been a wedding video. What are you talking about? It doesn't exist. We didn't make one. This be my most secret of all secrets.
Are you sure about that?
This is basically someone winning a grand prize on a game show and then picking the worst possible prize possible. Congratulations on winning The Price is Right. You can pick from any of today's prizes, including an all expenses paid vacation of Bora Bora, a brand new fully kitted out Mercedes, or even 100,000. I want the sign of the rat. What? I want the sign of the rat. You know that's just cardboard, right? I'm aware. Like, are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, I want the fucking rat. I think you're legally obligated to take one of the actual prizes. Fine, I'll take the vacation. But I still want the rat. If I was getting married and my fiance's ex's speech was better than my fucking fiance's, that would be the second worst thing to happen in my dating life. But the overall vibe of the video is still pretty positive, and I really can't judge the guy.
If I was the woman, I would have folded the X on the spot. I would have folded the X on the spot. And you know why? Because that has no place there. I think personally, the groom is an absolute clown, right? The groom is a clown. Like a full-on, absolute and utter clown. However, the ex is just like straight up, like, did something humiliating. I don't know how to put it. Kids, I actually married to your mom. Oh, I'm in the past. Yes, you are.
Too much of the bride seems like she's still having a good time. And that seems like a common theme with all these god-awful wedding vow videos. And the bride is just left trying to hold back tears and trying to justify the guy's actions of why he's such a piece of shit. Piece of shit. Sorry, the script must be wrong. I meant piece of shit.
I was and always will be one of the easiest people to please. Only two things are required to keep me happy: keep my belly full and my balls empty. Failure in
Why? Why? Yes, but why?
Amazing at half of it, we really need to get you some cooking lessons. Even when my belly isn't full, there is no one I could ever love more in this lifetime, unless I actually get a chance to meet Margot Robbie.
You know, at least
There we have the male equivalent to it's not Chris Brown. No.
the last guy just kind of winged it. This guy thought of these vows, wrote down these vows, had someone check over these vows, hopefully not, and still decided that this was a perfectly good wedding vow to stick with in front of all his friends and family. You know, there's no achievement for speedrunning divorce, right? It's almost as if this guy was on purpose trying to select every single worst conversation option in an RPG game.
Y'all make life worth living, giving every breath of every day a purpose. Life gets even better when the kids fall asleep and you tell me to come to the bedroom. Nothing's better than the sound of gagging and headboard slamming. Michael. P.S. Since you're
Why? Why would you put that in the wedding vow? Why would you do that? Maybe I'm too much of a prude, but why would you do that? Is nothing sacred anymore? I mean, nothing is sacred anymore, but is nothing sacred anymore?
so good at making decisions, like marrying me, you can choose whether tonight's gonna end with being a toaster, strudel, or a Twinkie.
I'm speechless. Being that I am his mom, I will deal with him later. He is grounded.
Ah, yes. It's certainly every mother's dream to have a son to grow up like this. Congratulations, Mrs. Smith. It's a boy. Wow. He's so beautiful. What are you gonna name him? Charles. I can't wait for him to grow up into a man, and then I can officiate his wedding and then listen to every single specific detail about his sex life while his bride-to-be stands there awkwardly trying to hold off tears. So do you want me to abbreviate that last part, or do you just want me to leave the entire thing on the birth certificate? Okay, maybe it's just that I'm a first-gen born Asian American and I don't understand. So I have a question for all you Caucasian folks out here. Is this a white person thing? Are white people okay with their kids not only saying this to their spouse-to-be, but also to their fucking face?
No, not that I'm aware. Not that I'm aware. Don't lump me in with these people. I believe marriage is sacred, not whatever these people were doing.
I have an Asian mom. I know, big surprise. I bet you couldn't tell. If these were my vows, I think they would have disowned me and literally taken away my last name. I wouldn't be RayLikeSunshine anymore. I wouldn't even be Ray literally makes videos at the speed of light like sunshine. I would just be RayLike. Ray likes you. Okay, but in all seriousness, if your wedding vows make your mom ground you, immediately jail. And so Ray, you ask, is it only vows that Groomzillas are ruining? No. No, it isn't.
But why? Why? But why? What happened?
Okay, first of all, what the fuck are those? No, not the shirt, not the gun. Those. Why would you wear cargo pants to your own wedding? I'm no fashionista, but at least put on something a bit more classy like clown pants. Anything but shin-high cargo shorts. And I love, and please understand I say love in the most sarcastic way possible, how not only does this man destroy his wedding cake by throwing the cake into, not onto, into the bride, but then he proceeds to pretend to help her, only to throw what's left of the cake and his dignity into the bride again. But considering the cargo pants, I think it was more
I mean, let's go back a little bit.
And he proceeds to pretend to help.
Let's go back even a further little bit.
But shin-high cargo shorts. And I love, and please understand I say love in the most sarcastic way possible, how not only
Well, you see that? You see that?
understand I say love in the most sarcastic way possible, how
See how she grabs the cake that is on there
not only does this
and then shoves it onto him? This is, buddy, you are portraying this wrong. This is a mutual retardation. Wedding retardation. So she grabs the piece of cake that he just cut off, grabs it, smashes it into his into the back of his head, And then he grabs the cake and just yanks it onto her. While the violence here isn't proportionate. While it isn't proportionate, they're both wrong. They're both at fault. I got immersive Mega Altaria. Yeah, I saw it. I just got Mega Absol for now. That's it.
This man destroy his wedding cake by throwing the cake into, not onto, into the bride, but then he proceeds to pretend to help her, only to throw what's left of the cake and his dignity into the bride again. But considering the cargo pants, I think it was more cake and less dignity. This might be my hottest take yet and may get me canceled, so I apologize in advance. But at what point is it the groom's fault for acting like a 12-year-old at his wedding? And at what point is it the bride's fault for overlooking the red flags? Nay, flashing red alert lights with klaxons blaring in the background, and get to the point where she said,
well, I do think that the bride here is quite a bit at fault. Said
yes to marrying a drunk 12-year-old. Was that too hot of a take? That was too hot of a take, wasn't it? I'm gonna just sail away for a second. And it's not just her vows. It's not just the cake. It's not just her lack of basic black tie attire. Like, come on, you could have just gone to Men's Warehouse. Or like Joss A. Bank and gotten 3 suits for $50. And use it as toilet paper afterwards. Men seem to even be able to ruin their wedding walkouts. And that's like the easiest part of a wedding.
Cynthia Umunzi is her name. She's actually had to take this down off of TikTok because as she's walking back down the aisle, her husband is holding her hand. With his left hand, he's on his phone checking messages.
Terrence.
There is some quite outlandish shit. I have to say though, some weddings, there's another wedding I remember that was ruined by the bride, because she basically just offered food that nobody wanted to eat, and nobody touched the food. To the point where people started ordering pizza instead, because nobody wanted the disgusting food.
Terrence, why are you on your phone? The wedding photographer is right there. Shh, 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 shh. I had this 2-leg parlay going on with the boys right now. The Niners are definitely going to win the Super Bowl without going into overtime. Terrence, this is our wedding day. Don't worry. I just used all the money we're going to spend on our honeymoon. Once I win, we're definitely buying that house that you wanted. This man better have been texting his grandma on her deathbed or getting a Snapchat from Margot Robbie, because there is no excuse for using a phone in this situation, or in any situation. Doesn't matter if you're at a wedding, doesn't matter if you're at your girlfriend's graduation, it doesn't even matter if you're recording a— Oh, my mom just sent me a picture of Taco. Look at him.
That's a fat fucking cat, boy. That's a fat fucking boy. Most certainly. Yeah, I've seen the video. Forever Young won the Breeders' Cup. Immediately gets turned into an Uma.
Isn't he the best boy? Subscribe for more taco videos. And of course, I saved the worst for last. Just kidding, I actually saved the best for last. Look, as much as the internet is making us think that everyone out here is just trying to fuck us over, I think it's important to remember that most people out there are good people, no matter their backgrounds or whatever they believe in. And the people that I show in this video and in all my other videos are exceptions rather than the rule. And I just wanted to end us on a lighter note. Anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for over 30,000 subscribers. Whether you're new here or you've been on the light side of the internet for a while now, I will be sure to see you in the next one. Okay, bye.
This was awful. This was awful. Now I need the woman version of brides ruining weddings and having bad wedding vows and ordering food that nobody wants to eat and what else was there? What else was there? Having Chris Brown in the vows. That's a thing. Which somehow happened. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.